Hey, my name's Gary. I'm a grateful recovering alcoholic. I'm gonna make just quick today. I'm not gonna ramble on. It's late here in Austin, Texas. It's 11:30, and I gotta get up in a few hours. So it's you know, my I'm going through this thing that my son passed away a week and 2 days ago, and I'm just trying to get through it, man. A lot of things are a blur, and a lot of things are it's hard, I can just say it's hard, but I want to focus on the gifts, okay? Um, I'm sober. I'm a sober man in Alcoholics Anonymous, and that's a big thing um, for me right now. And I'm grabbing onto that this great program of Alcoholics Anonymous. I mean, that's how I live my life right now. The other cool thing is prayer, okay? And that's where it all started. And that's what I do every day. And I believe that the miraculous things that are happening around this event, I promised myself that I would not make this a fucked up, negative, shitty, tragic event. That I would try to bring light into this thing, and celebrate my son Brandon, and not drink through this thing. So here's what happened in the last couple days, right? I'm getting these phone calls. When something like this happens, you just, like, for me, I just wanted to crawl into bed and hide under the covers and not deal with it, man. And just cry and just be sad and follow all those. I could have done this different. I should have done that different. I was a bad dad, and all that's negative bullshit, right? If I run on that for too long, I'm going down. It'll be soon, right? So I'm a human being, so I'm going to think those things. But through prayer, right, I'm able to get up out of bed. I was able to, a few hours after I found out my son passed away, and I had a complete meltdown on the floor of my apartment, where my oldest son told me the news, and he was picking his dad up off the floor. Then I realized, holy shit, this kid just lost his brother. I took my t-shirt off, I blew my nose in it, I put on another shirt, I said, how are you? And he lost his marbles for a minute. And then we went to his mom's, who lives up the street, with his younger brother, and we dealt with this as a family. I had the strength to get on a plane. God threw people in my life that he knew would give me strength, and here we are, a week and 2 days later, and I'm functioning at a very high level for a guy who just lost his son and feels like the heart's been ripped from his chest. Okay, I've had a lot of friends come forward that I haven't talked to in years. A woman called me today, and I knew she'd be calling. I'm not gonna name names, okay? But she was my first love in high school. And, we've spoken to each other on and off through life, the last 40 years or whatever. This is a strong woman, right? This woman has gone through some tragic events and has a lot to offer. This is a woman who spends most of her day helping other people. You know, it's like, when you get to be our age and you've got to, we were talking tonight, and she's I'm the kind of guy, I've just lived my life like a fucking cowboy and just kind of gone wherever, right? Um, well, she's always, even though she's traveled and everything like that, she's stayed close to a lot of her friends in high school and stuff like that, and we know all the same people and all that stuff. Well, she's stayed close to them, and not to say I didn't love, my friends or anything like that, but she stayed close, and she's man, this woman's in everybody's life still. It's crazy, and she's doing good stuff for people, and I'm going to leave it at that, right? She's a good woman. What I'm trying to say is, God, God gave me what I needed because I asked Him. I need strength, and I need to be surrounded by love. Please put the right people in my life. And boom, there she is, calling me and saying, what can I do for you? And this is a woman that would do, if I said I need your finger, she'd fucking cut it off for me. I mean, she's just, come on. Not literally. I would never ask her for a finger, but this, she gave me her spirit tonight, and she shared her grief with me and gave me her strength. She shared how she went through a similar situation with a horrific loss in her life and how she got through it. And then she said, I bought you some books, and she's taking care of me, man. Because I don't think of that shit. Oh yeah, I need to get some books on, how to deal with this shit or anything like that. So I've got her in my life, and it's gonna be great because I haven't seen her for a few years, and we were living in Houston together. Not together, but we were living in the city of Houston at the same time a few years back, and that was the last time I saw her. So we're gonna have dinner, or I don't know. We didn't talk about dinner, but we're gonna see each other. I'm sure we're gonna have dinner, right, or lunch or something. It's really cool, man. Strong woman, right? Another phone call comes in. This is a guy I grew up with. And he just lost his brother a few years ago. We were 10 years old when we met. I remember the day we met. I don't know if he does. We didn't go through that, but I remember the day I met Kevin, and we grew up together. We were always on the same baseball team from 10 years old till about 18 years old. And then we got in all kinds of trouble in between. And he said, hey, this is how it's cool. I asked God to put people in my life who love me and need and understand me and can help me through this. So this guy calls. We've talked maybe 5 times in the last 20, God, I don't want to say 40 years, but it's been 40 years, right? Probably the last 35 years we've talked 5 times. And some Facebook interaction and stuff like that before they threw me off. But, man, picked up where we left off, and somebody I can just say, hey, yeah, this is a guy who grew up in my house, slept over at my house many times. I slept over at his house with him and his brother. And he knows me. He's known me since I was a little boy, right? And he had a wicked fastball. His brother's was fast too. We were all born in September, and I was his brother passed away a couple of years ago, and I knew them well. And his brother was a lefty, and Kevin was right-handed. These motherfuckers they threw heaters, man. But we were all in. Who knows what we could have done? We could have gone to college and all that stuff, but we were probably all good enough. But we all had some problems, right? We all did some stuff. We were playing with the shit